All right, so we are watching this video from July 6th, 2019. You came July 3rd. This is a few days after that this went up, and it was talking about that first day. And this has almost 1 million views, which is crazy. We are currently expecting our next foster daughter to arrive. Last night we got a call, and it's for a 14-year-old female. We thought that she might come last night, but because of a few different things, she actually is coming today. So we have had a little bit of time to prepare. Still feel like I'm scrambling a little bit trying to get things set up for her.
Yeah, my hair was light.
But we were able to kind of talk and get a game plan for this evening. But I thought I would show you guys some of the things that I set up for her and some of the things that we plan to do this evening as she, comes for her first night here. This is a look at the new bunk beds that we got. So with our last placement, there was actually a situation where we almost were going to take
about that.
our foster daughter's sibling in. It ended up not happening, but we didn't have the beds for it, so we wanted to make sure that if that situation were to come up again, that we would be ready. So we now have
You did not like those.
2 beds, just in case. We switched around a little bit of the room, still some of the same decorations, because this is a teenager. We have a TV, and we have to get the Roku set up.
Wait, but you didn't like the TV in there, right?
I didn't watch it.
So we ended up moving it out because you didn't care too much.
Not care, I just didn't use it at all. Maybe the first few nights because I didn't have a phone.
Oh yeah, once you got your phone, that's when it shifted. And then the bunk beds lasted a couple weeks, maybe. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. It looks so different
for her, so that she can watch Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, all of the teenage essentials. I have a little journal for her that says happy thoughts. I just like to have something there kind of that's therapeutic for them if they choose to use it. And there's also stationery that is in the desk drawers as well. And then I loaded up with some junk food snacks. I have to get a couple of bottles of water to put in here, but basically just some things for them to grab and snack on, and I get a pretty good variety.
Well, look at your hair.
If they like chocolate or they don't like chocolate, salty, sweet, all that kind of stuff. I just try to grab a few things. Then what I also like to do is set up something in the bathroom and make room for them there. Darcy is one person, but somehow she ends up taking up all of the space. So I rearranged some things, and I have body towel and a head wrap towel, along with some body lotion and shower gel and a loofah. Again, just in case they want to use it. We have a new toothbrush for her, and then a drawer full of little goodies, just like a bath bomb, some chapstick, lotion, kind of a basic deodorant. And
so yeah, you didn't really use all of it, but was it nice to have it there?
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm scared of bath bombs.
Yeah,
and then I don't use makeup, so
that's true. Yeah. So
I used that lotion. Mm-hmm. It was watery, but I used it.
It probably wasn't the best quality. I think after a week or two, once you got more comfortable, I think you brought the candy that you didn't want and the lotions and stuff that you didn't want.
I ate them cookies up them.
And you're here you go.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Also cleared out a little bit of the medicine cabinet. We don't know a whole lot about this young girl, so she is coming from kinship. She will have some belongings to kind of get settled in and all of that, but outside of that, we really don't know a whole lot. And really, what we try to do with this channel is to share our experience. Tell enough information so that people get an idea of what they're signing up for. But it's always important for us to have the child's identity and the confidentiality remain intact. So we're never going to show her. We're never going to talk about her name. I think we're just going to call her Miss A.
That's
so
when
Miss
you came up with it.
Tonight,
and the rest was history.
I did ask the caseworker if she could talk with the family, and as they were trying to logistically figure out when she was coming. Also find out, if there's any helpful information, any preferences that they could share with us that would make it, easier for us to kind of get things set up for her. And they said she likes barbecue sauce more than ketchup, and she is really into her hair, and she likes to be alone like a typical teenager. So nothing.
Was that accurate?
Yeah, because where I was before, I don't like hot dogs unless we out grilling, and they would always grill out. No, never mind. They wouldn't. They were fancy. Like they were like wealthy. So we didn't even have to go outside to barbecue. They had something inside.
Oh dang, that is fancy.
Yeah, every time like I wanted a hot dog, I won't have to do that because I didn't want it. And instead of ketchup, I would use barbecue sauce.
And then she said that you were into your hair, but that was the first time. That was like the nice way. But let's see how it progresses.
But really, that's all the information that we are provided. Always we get a little nervous. This has happened once before, and it feels a little awkward that first night. There's no getting around that. We're trying to make her feel as comfortable as possible in a situation where, we are strangers and she's now having to stay with us, and there's nothing comfortable about that. Since we do have Darcy and Sawyer both with us tonight, John and I talked, and
she's
getting to us a little bit late.
Let's skip that.
Kind of right around or after dinner time. So we are going to ask if she wants to go run and pick up some food and maybe stop by Target and get a few things that
when I used to watch
make
the
her
videos
more comfortable
all the time,
here.
And
I would be the one who would be going with her
when you
to
actually
do that
pay
shopping,
attention,
it's
not that much.
I talk so
can be
much.
embarrassing.
I do.
No, because like in the videos, like
you don't know, but also
videos,
if a male is
you
there,
like
so I would
see your face the whole time, so it's like this one scene.
Like pick up like Wendy's or Taco Bell or something.
Do you remember what you ate that night?
That's kind of where we're at. We're just kind of waiting. Darcy is always a wild card, so hopefully she is on her best behavior.
Oh, I think you're right.
It's just important that the focus is on, Miss A.
It was White Castle, and I just had the chicken wings.
So I thought I would steal a few minutes.
Oh my goodness, look at you!
I have Sawyer with me. Our foster daughter is still sleeping. Just to kind of tell you how the
quality is so bad.
Night went, and we've actually had her a full day.
But Sawyer shows up soon.
How things have been going.
You did wear that. Oh my goodness.
Started off already a little awkward.
Did you have some khaki pants?
The caseworker didn't tell us when she was coming.
Yeah.
She said she would call when she was on her way. She did not. And so for that reason, John wasn't here. He was actually out getting Darcy. So it was just Sawyer and me. And he woke up hungry. And so I was juggling him. Miss A, she, really reserved, closed off, sad, what you would expect. Under the circumstances.
When did you record
when you were sleeping.
When was I sleeping?
You're always sleeping.
True.
Didn't have a lot to say, and really just wanted me to sign the paper, and that's it. So if it wasn't for me asking any kind of questions, she probably would have been gone in 5 minutes, which was a little surprising. I thought she'd want to
that
look around, get to know us a little bit, and something that really rubbed me the wrong way. And Miss A has voiced the same thing. She just kind of talked down to Miss A while she was there. Just kept saying and emphasizing, you only need to provide her basic needs, and had given an indication that basically she wanted expensive things. So that it was very, it was sad to be in the same room as the caseworker is saying this in front of Miss A, and I could just tell she would just look away and just be sad. I just emphasized, hey,
So wait, how did that feel? You couldn't say, you didn't say anything.
Nah, I wasn't even mad at her. I was mad when she said it, but I was more mad just because she just ripped me from the home I was in.
Yeah.
And it I was mad because she trying to talk to me in the car, and I'm in the back bro, quit talking to me. I'm just watching, and then I I'm crying the same because she keep talking to me why'd you talking to me? She was making me so mad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And
you guys probably just kept driving and driving. You're where are we going?
Yeah. And then we seen the neighbor, and I was please no. And then we pulled up, and I wasn't scared. I was scared, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then we came in. I seen Sawyer. I was like, yes, sir. But then the dog ran out. I was like, oh, no. And I was scared again. Yeah, because he ran out.
Yeah, Crosley, like, ran out. And I remember that because I was thinking, because I thought you were, like, mad about Crosley. And I was like, oh, no, this is not starting off well at all. I'm trying to juggle Sawyer and get Crosley back in. And
Crosley was super cute. He had, like, a blue bandana.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Cute little dog. And he was like, he's deaf. And I was like, oh. And I was trying to figure out how y'all, like, work with him and stuff. I was already mad, so
yeah,
it was just
that's
like,
true.
Now I just want to punch her in her face because nobody asked, like, what you talking about? That whole story, she didn't even know what she's talking about. It's just like
it started off bad that way. All right, let's see when Sawyer gets in.
Let's go out, grab some things that you'll need. She came from kinship. She does have some items, but they weren't all packed with her. She was told to pack a couple of days worth of belongings, and so that's what she has. You know, that later she could get the rest of her things. Instead of cycling through 2 days worth of stuff and not really she didn't have any of her toiletries and bath essentials and stuff like that. We already knew we would go to Target and pick up the things that she needed. And luckily, my workplace and my coworkers, with our first foster placement, had gifted us a Visa gift card to help us offset. Bless you. To help us offset, you know, the initial, you know, expenses, because it is expensive when you're trying to give these kids what they really need. And since that gift card was given actually after we had already made that initial investment for that first placement, we knew that we would reserve it for the next one. So we used that, and I took her to Target, you know, told her, you know, hey, let's pick up some food, you know, your choice. It sounded like she had some snacks and wasn't super hungry. She actually had just come from a parent-sibling visit, you know, fresh off of that into a new home. Already we were maybe a mile down the road, and she was, you know, kind of opening up, talking a little bit about, again, without giving too much information, but just the frustration of the situation. These kids can blame themselves for, you know, siblings being split up.
Yeah, I remember
circumstances.
You thought it was your fault.
And it's just really sad to see such a young having to deal with such an adult emotion. She talked a little bit about, like, some of her interests, and we already have some ideas on how we can kind of get her involved. She does like kids. I could already tell she was kind of interacting a little bit with Sawyer because he was there. And, you know, I saw her smiling when Darcy arrived, and just like a genuine reaction. She really liked our dog, Crosley. He can be really therapeutic because he's such a good dog, and he's very clingy.
Not anymore. Now he smells.
Checking in on her, going into her room, going up to her, probably because he wants attention. But, you know, it's a little therapeutic that if a kid comes into our house and they don't feel like opening up to us just yet, they have a little bit of companionship.
I've heard that from other people too.
I know that sounds like a little silly, but again, I think it's just those little things that
for you, it was
maybe will help a certain kid. So find out what they like, and if you have animals, you know, find out if they're animal friendly, and maybe, you know, kind of just encourage that because they need some kind of attachment. Anyway, so we went to Target, bought a modest amount of things, and, you know, I could tell she was already like, oh, that's expensive. You know, she felt bad because she did have clothes and stuff at her family's house that she was going to be getting, but she didn't have it with her. So, you know, we tried to mix and match some things and just make sure she had essentials, underwear, socks. You know, 2 pairs of socks is not gonna cut it. we got some things. We got her a bathing suit, so she could go swimming in the pool. She seemed excited about that. Got her toiletries. Got her some snacks. And again, you know, she'd pick out one salty snack and then say, "Oh, and these are good too." And I was like, "Well, grab those too." And she's like, "No, I don't need that." And no, go ahead and get it.
You were like that though.
You know, bag of Cheetos. So if you're able to, I think that those initial investments in them really help with boosting their value because
imagine if you just were eating what we had.
House,
you would have been miserable.
Really down and they can use a little pick me up. So we're able to do that again thanks to my coworkers who really cared about the fostering journey that myself and John are going on. We are so lucky to have that support. So we finished up at Target. I think this time the total was a little over $200. A big chunk of that was clothes, and so some of that gets reimbursed. There were a lot of things that we ended up forgetting, so we're gonna have to go back and get some things. Get a book.
Do you remember how long it took to get your stuff?
Have her pick out a couple of books and magazines. We'd already gotten like the Roku set up. So that she can
it was
watch
either longer than
and the whole time we were shopping, she was kind of talking to me.
I thought it took a couple weeks.
Line of inquiring, but just letting them share what they want to share, just being there to be here for them. Sawyer wants to be a part of it.
Oh my goodness!
So after we were done at Target,
Sawyer is
and
a
again,
little bean.
we're checking out and we have all these items and. I need to start going somewhere with a self-checkout because
he's so little.
It's only normal for somebody to
look around,
kind of be curious and ask questions. And this cashier was super nice, and she said, "Oh, this is all for you." We're like, yeah, and it looks a little weird that we're buying all this stuff, and it's a genuine curiosity, but I'm sure that it made her a little uncomfortable.
I think this is where he starts punching me.
I don't want to say that I'm in foster care, that sort of thing.
Y'all are just alike right here.
So we finished up. We went to White Castle. She wanted chicken wings. And again, she's like, well, they're expensive.
White Castle, yeah. John thought it was Wendy's.
This is your first meal here. White Castle, we can accommodate. So
high class eating White Castle.
Home. She was playing with Darcy a little bit. Really just a sweet girl. So we got her set up. She doesn't have a cell phone or any kind of electronics. So before bed, as she was getting settled in and stuff, I said, I asked her if she was on Facebook, and she said, yeah. And I was like, well, if you want to use our computers and log in and talk to anybody, since it's your first night here, I'm sure it's, foreign place, uncomfortable, if you want to talk to somebody, you can, come down, let us know. And she's like, okay. And she was appreciative, and, she kind of didn't really have a whole lot of people that it sounded like she wanted to reach out to.
Yeah,
again, the invitation was there. I asked her again the next day, if she wanted to do that. Something that kind of, again, just showed how caring she is again, just like the interactions with Darcy and Sawyer. She already just was, oh no. I know that face. Just really genuine interactions. She wanted actually to work with kids, and she needs like a work permit and stuff like that. So we might try to help her do that. Get
because we started to do the babysitting thing
to just foster that passion that she has. The next morning we had plans to see some of our family. I actually was seeing my grandma for the first time in a very long time. She's not really doing well, and Darcy and Sawyer have not met her. And we asked Miss A, hey, we have these plans. If you want to come with us, great. If not, you can stay home, relax. John will stay home and just do some work and stuff like that. Kind of really low pressure. Didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. Because that's the very next morning that she'd be meeting people with our extended family. She was like, oh no, that's fine.
Let's get out of the way.
So
let's just do it.
She sat through this visit at, basically a senior living nursing facility. It was uncomfortable for me because I hadn't seen my grandma in a while, and, she, smiled and laughed and, interacted a little bit. We went to Frisch's, had lunch afterwards.
Yeah, I was surprised that you were so good.
For the first time, and she liked
what do you mean good?
Well, like
learning more and more about what she likes and stuff. But it was just a really good day,
strange
and then
people.
We came home and we were lazy. And
I don't know.
Since it was the 4th of July, we had been invited to a neighbor's place to watch a movie outside and
we watched
watch some fireworks. Again, we asked her if she would be okay with it, and she was, and so she had a really great time. Both times I let her know. He keeps hitting me. Both times I let her know that if she felt uncomfortable to let me know and we could leave. You know, giving them an out probably
he was like
makes
2 months old, for
feel
real.
A safer environment. It shows that you're on their side, that you're concerned about them.
Let me see him
it's
now.
Not just about you. So I think that helped. So she's sleeping in now. We had a late night, and I got a call from our agency. We actually have the same caseworker as we did with our first foster placement. She's going to come out in just a little bit, so I'm going to have to go wake her up so that she can meet her. I think it'll be a better situation.
And this was back when you didn't know about the channel, so we just were kind of sharing what was happening, but not really talking too much about you.
That's why our agency is just so great. They really check in on the kid and make sure that they get the things that they need. Therapy, any kind of medicines, depending on situations they're coming
He just keeps trying to punch me. He looks mad.
Just
about me.
And have a sense of normalcy as a team. So she'll be coming out, and then I think we might go to the Y today.
Oh my goodness. He
doesn't smell like there, so she might be able to mess around while I get a workout in. I think there's some classes that we're going to look at to see if she's interested in any of those. But that's kind of how
we got the Y membership
I'm cautiously optimistic. I know that there's a honeymoon phase with placements. I'm trying to be cautious, but at the same time, if I have to be honest, I absolutely love her already.
Aw, see?
I've been texting my sister, I can't wait for you to meet her. She's an absolute sweetheart. She is here for the foreseeable future. Well, and I think she might be with us for a while. I think it'll be good for her because she needs some consistency. She's bounced around quite a bit in the last couple of months.
I forgot I shared that.
This is the first time that she has experienced this, so
in retrospect, I probably should
just create a sense of consistency and support in a safe home. So that's what we have so far.
Yeah, it was good for you to stay in one place for a while.
No, don't cry. So we will try to get you some updates as we go along. Oh no! Let us know if you have any questions.
That's it?
We just kind of create these.
This is me talking on my bad laptop mic, and
but comments, any questions or things you want.
And that's how it all started.
We'll try to get those answered. And again, as always, if you're interested in adopting or foster care, visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
Fast forward to now with Sawyer. Oh my goodness. All right, so that was the commentary from that first video of Miss A when she came to us back in July 2019. She's been with us now a year and 2.5 months. She will be returning home most likely, as long as there aren't any huge changes to, her family situation or case plan. Again, we can't go into detail about that, but reunification has been the goal, and we're excited to be, getting really close to reunification for her and her family. Obviously, the channel has come a long way since that first video. Luckily, the quality has gotten a little better in our video, in our audio. That audio was so terrible. I had been using my laptop and just the little mic that came with it. And ironically, Miss A and I were sitting, the audio to our commentary probably wasn't the best. We should have had a microphone or something, but we just aren't that fancy yet. The audio for that original video was not the best, and we've come a long way, so thank you for sticking it out with us, and we are so grateful for all of you for being a part of the village and watching us on our journey. Miss A is probably going to be sharing at some point in the future, maybe her experiences, so from her perspective, what that first night was like, not just commenting and talking about what that video was about, but really what her experience was, what worked and what didn't work. And, she even said, she can't speak for every kid, but at the same time, her perspective, if she wants to share it, is something that, could give you some insight into your situation, as you're accepting a placement, or maybe an already existing placement, you might be able to reconnect. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.